What's up, guys? This is William from Negro Anatomy with another video, and today we gotta talk about my girl Garcelle Beauvais. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Come on now. Y'all quit playing with me. Y'all know how fine she is, man. That was the girl back in the day. Woo! Y'all know who she is, Garcelle Beauvais. It's fine. Let me scroll a couple pictures so y'all can remember what she's looking like. Some of these pictures, even at 55, this lady is still looking good, man. This girl back in the day, she was one of the girls of my dreams, my African queen. I'm telling you about Garcelle Beauvais. But guys, I'm kind of surprised that at 55 that she is not wifed up, right? I'm sure there's a bunch of guys looking out for her, right? Come on, guys. That's what I would like to know, and that's what she's trying to find out here on these streets. Garcelle Beauvais, she 55, doing her book. You know, the reel just got canceled, and she's out here trying to figure out what happened. You know, in the last 30 years, I could have been with so many A-list celebrities: Michael Jordan, Jamie Foxx. Ah, man, so many of them. Johnny Depp. So many stars that she could have been with. So she's trying to find out, how did I get stuck here? And now she's out here on the streets and she's looking for guys to get her off the street. Somebody come and get Garcelle Beauvais off these streets. You know, if she gave me a call, I'd get her off the street. I get her off the streets right now. But that's what's going on. She is starting to figure out that there's something called the wall. Let me see if I can bring up a video right here. This proverbial wall that what happens is that women at a certain age lose their value, which would say maybe around 35 to 40. But with black women, you know, black don't crack, so it's a little longer with black women. Even at 55, Garcelle Beauvais looks better than a lot of these average at best women in their 35s. So she's trying to figure out what's going on, man. She's been seeing so many high value men, and the thing is that what you gotta do when you're fine like her, you gotta get these high value men while you're in your 20s and stick with them. And she has so many opportunities that she recounts in her book of many times that she blew it. And I hope it's a learning lesson for a lot of these women who think that they can, you know, think that their beauty is gonna last forever. Because women are born where they're placed at for the sexual market. So they're born with their beauty, and that's what places them at the sexual market, maybe a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 7 out of 10. And that's what they're born with, and they got to maintain their beauty to maintain their sexual market value. But with guys a little different. We play a little bit of a hard game. We got to work on our sexual market value. We have to work on our status. So that's why somebody like Will Smith, if he got rid of Jada, Jada is not going to be able to get another high value man like Will Smith because her beauty is gone at the age of 50. Same thing with Garcelle Beauvais. She's wondering why she can't get the same value man. And now they're slowly realizing the red pill. She is now taking that bitter red pill that everybody's talking about in the manosphere. And now when you see, she's talking about guys like Jamie Foxx now. Jamie Foxx is getting these young girls like Katie Holmes. You see, Will Smith could easily get any young girl being high value. So that's how it's rated. So that's why, guys, just work on yourself. Just work on yourself being the best that you can be. And when you get into your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, those girls that you wanted in the 20s, that's when you're going to get them. When you're in your 30, 40, 50s, 60s. And those same girls who are joking and now they're in their 40s and 50s, those same high school sweethearts that you had, go and find out what they're up to right now. They probably got 4 or 5 kids. They're like 100 pounds overweight. And they're talking about that I really liked you back in high school. And then they picked the wrong guy. They didn't pick a high value man. So that's why Kevin Samuels says, don't worry about that. But let's go ahead and try and figure out what's going on in her own words. So y'all already see. Garcelle Beauvais explained she ended her brief romance with Will Smith after his son referred to as Miss Jada and turned down a vacation with Michael Jordan. You see, a lot of these women, especially if you're 9 and 10, you've met your high value man. You've met Mr. Right and blew it a few times, and you just didn't know he was Mr. Right. So Garcelle Beauvais is surprised that Will Smith being married to Jada, Michael Jordan, he's married to an average Jane, average Becky. He's wondering how are all these guys, one time I passed them up, now I can't get them no more because now it's the other way around. As soon as you hit 35, it flips the script. That's when the beauty of a woman starts going downhill and they start going downhill on the sexual market value. And that's where guys start to really take off if they've been working on themselves. That this is where they're in their high value job and stuff like that. By this time, they've already climbed the corporate ladder. So here's Garcelle Beauvais doing her memoirs book. 55 years old, talking about Michael Jordan and Will Smith. They are not even talking about you. and Garcelle Beauvais be coming up with the crazy excuses. Oh, Michael Jordan, he was too tall. Oh, Will Smith, he was too corny. Oh, Jamie Foxx, his dick was too big. They're coming up with all kinds of stories not to be with Mr. Right, with the high value man. So let's go ahead with Garcelle Beauvais. You know how it is. This is how she's talking to her girl.
I was impressed by how tall and handsome he was. He took me on a dance and showed me how to club properly and swing. Now, look, a little naive girl clutching my pearls and shocked by the idea of going to Hawaii with a man I just met. I blew that one.
That's how they be talking to their girl. They be talking to the girl. Man, I can't believe I blew that one. He invited me to Hawaii. He invited me to the golfing range. What happened? And the thing is, you had all the requirements. You had all the looks. You just didn't want to take him. Because maybe Michael Jordan, he was just starting with the Bulls. He was just coming into the league. And you thought he was nothing big. And that was the perfect time to get Michael Jordan right from the beginning. That was the same thing with Reebok and Nike. Reebok was the major footwear for people in the NBA. And Nike said, we want to break and get into national, they want to get into the NBA. But they were such a small company at that time. So they took a chance on Michael Jordan, who was also a rookie coming in. And nobody really knew about Michael Jordan that time. They just knew he was like a very good basketball player and he just started. So Nike, what they did is they saw he was a high value man and they locked him in. And now look at Nike. They're one of the biggest shoe company in the world thanks to Michael Jordan, Air Force Ones, all those Jordans. It was all because Nike took a chance, a small shoe company took a chance fighting a bigger competitor, which is Reebok. Reebok had all of the basketball players. So they took a chance with Michael, and look at that. If Garcelle Beauvais did the same thing and took a chance with Michael before he hit it big, that's when you're supposed to see them. And that's what Kevin Samuels is always saying, that your high value man is in the colleges and university right now. In 10 years, he's going to be high value. You just got to look at the intangible about him being hardworking, ambition. Does he have a plan? Your high value man is in the college and university, and that's what Garcelle Beauvais doesn't realize. And a lot of women don't realize that the high value man, it takes a while for them to become high value. And if you want to get them while they're young, that's why you see a lot of average at best get the high value man while they're young, like LeBron James and, Stephen Curry. These women average, they're not like Garcelle Beauvais, but they saw something in the guy and got him while he was on his way up. See, a lot of women want to get the guy when he's all done, when he's all made, when he's all rich and famous. That's when you want to get the guy. But then when that happens, to get with that same guy, the cost has gone up. So then she keeps going on, some more talk with the ladies.
I remember one day, Will Smith, he was in the car, and his son and Cherie, they were in the back. Just so you know, he picked up on the car on Bluetooth or whatever it was back in the day, or speakerphone, whatever it is, and he said, "Hey, doing? And I said, I'm great. Is that Miss Jada on the phone? And that is when I was like, okay, I'm not the only one. Exit stage left.
And that's another thing that when you're dealing with a high value man at that stage, is that they exercise options, as Kevin Samuels would say, that they will have more than one girl. If you're okay with that, if you're not okay with that, then you're not gonna be with a high value man, because a lot of high value men have more than one side girl, side chick. Now, at that time, Garcelle Beauvais was in her 20s. She didn't want to be a side chick. She wanted to be the main chick, but didn't want to do all the main chick work. Now that she's in her 50s and sees Will Smith and Jada going through an entanglement, she's talking about that she would gladly be a side chick now when she's over dusty and over 55 and nobody's really hollering at her. Guys, someone needs to get Garcelle off these streets. Some guy needs to get her off the, because she's acting extra thirsty now. She sees a messy situation going on right now, and she want to get in the middle of it. She wish she was entangled with Will Smith again. Oh Lord, man. Whew. It just doesn't stop there, guys. But yeah, this is usually what happens. Women, they're in their 18 years old. They go with all these bunch of high value men, but they just make it for games. They just want to get their free dinners, their free lunch dates. And then when they're around 30, that's when they want to settle down, and that's where they can't get no more high value men, because the high value men are looking for her in her 20s. And they got locked in with another 20-year-old that thought that he was high value. Will Smith, there's a situation. Jada knew Will Smith was going to be high value man. Just all the stuff that was coming along. So he went with Will Smith, and she made the right decision. Even now, the way that she's mistreating Will Smith is still taking care of her. Garcelle's like, I wish I was her. But anyways, guys, what do y'all think, man? Has Garcelle hit the wall? Is she out here on the street, trying to get anything? Trying to get... Anyways, guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Your comments down below. And that's all I gotta say about this video. Bye-bye.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes. Look at you.